I used to steal a lot as a kid.
I've done stole a lot too.
Yeah, I stole a lot.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
True confessions.
I was just good at it.
Yeah.
You know? Different times I got caught, and the times when I did get caught, 9 times out of 10 I was good for it.
Yeah.
I never got caught by myself.
Right.
So
I pushed record on this because we're having a hot ass conversation, and we haven't got together in a while. We haven't done an episode, so I'm just gonna pop it on. So welcome to to everybody, and we're gonna have to cut the music because we don't want no copyright stuff. We don't own the rights to that music. That was Kanye West. He's done miracles on me. He's done miracles on me. That's one of the best songs he has. I mean, after hearing it, that was your first time hearing it. What do you think? You were like, he could have done better. I'm kidding.
There is an older song from Kanye that I did like when I first heard Kanye rap. The very first time I ever heard Kanye rap was on the Paid in Full soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I was it was him rapping, and there's a bunch of different rappers that was on that song, and I was like, I heard him, and I was like, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
I heard him on it, and I was like, who the fuck? Because I've heard his name before. Kanye's been around, you know what I'm saying?
He's
been
been
producing for like years.
Yeah.
But when that song that I heard, that was the first song that I personally ever heard from Kanye, and it was on his album. Like I said, it was on the Paid in Full soundtrack.
Yeah.
And like I said, him and a couple of dudes on there. And like I said, he held down his shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what the fuck is that? I mean, he's pretty tight.
We all, most of us fuck with Kanye or Ye. Most of us fuck with Ye. But it's not about Ye.
You said it right the first time,
Kanye, I respect his name. I'm not sure what it means. I respect him going from Kanye to Ye. I respect that. If he wants me to call him Turtle tomorrow, I will.
His mama named him Kanye. I'm gonna call him Kanye.
I feel like Donda, made a beautiful choice in Kanye. So I feel honestly like bless that guy. If he ever runs across our stuff, God richly bless you. And I highly doubt it. But if perchance one day, Mr. Ye, you come across our shit, just know we're invoking a great presence around you, and that's the Holy Spirit. May you be guided because you're a very intelligent man.
We love you.
We love you so much. We support you. Just don't be saying dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, slavery is not a choice, honey. They beat it and whip it into you. So anyway, I mean, if they did it to you, trust me, you'd bow down too. But anyway, it's kind of disrespectful from our ancestors that so fell to that shit. So, and there was a lot of us strong ones that didn't fall to it too. Yeah. We jumped overboard. We're like, fuck you, we won't go. Killed our own damn selves. And, and that is an honorable suicide. I'm sorry to say that, but they threw themselves over boats. Yeah. Millions of them landed inside of the oceans to now they're just a part of the Great Gaia Sea.
There's a lot of bodies in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the ocean in general is just, if you think about the ocean, it's scary. It's actually one of the scariest places on Earth.
It's terrifying.
It's very terrifying. Imagine me, because I've heard about different people imagine those people that actually got stuck at sea.
No, I don't want to imagine.
No, I mean, don't really imagine it,
yeah.
but you know what I'm saying? That survived. How do you survive that? You're in, just say you're in the middle of whatever ocean you're at. Because I've heard of stories, and it's like, that person, day and night. Especially at night.
Right.
Let alone, like I said, middle of the fucking ocean. That's crazy.
I feel like, and what we were talking about is to be lighter on the subject, and so that we're going to be able to go through these episodes. We want to be politically sensitive, if that makes sense, because we want to be able to float freely through the podcast. Because we're going to start putting this shit on more stuff, right? And we already put it on YouTube, and we already put it on Insta. But, we're going to start opening it up to, Spotify and other shit like that. It's simple, you know what I mean? It's an upload. This is a healthy release for us, by the way, so thank you always for listening. But, as far as hitting certain algorithms. You know, like you have to understand that this shit gets run through like computer systems, and if they hear certain words, they won't publish it through certain platforms, right? And namely their platform. Why do you think like a kid opening up his little toy gets more views than very serious subjects? You know, that we all could, if we all think about it, if we all spent like, think about the people that come out to say, like, just think about Black Panther, right? Like every other movie makes like millions and millions and millions. Yeah. Just think about like, you know, we get together a couple of weekends or maybe every fucking weekend and we decide if some families to pick that we take out a debt and we all put our millions together, because basically what we all do there is take $10, $15, $20 to go to the movies, and we make Hollywood millionaires and billionaires on top of, they're already trillionaires, guys. So like, they survived the pandemic. They thrived during the pandemic. You know what I mean? I'm not hating on them. I'm trying to capitalize. You know what I mean? It's Hollywood that invented this shit. And here we are trying to capitalize on podcasts, on entertaining you, you know, on entertaining each other, you know. But I think the whole premise of why we got on tonight is because, so we're seeing all these like MURDERS out there, right? And when has I told my little co-host here, he's not little, he's a grown man. What I'm saying is, like, I was telling him, you know, there's an accounted 111 million Native Americans that were murdered on this here continent. And we're over here like, oh, fuck, you know, like, the spirit of murder still exists, y'all. Don't be afraid to try and bind that bitch in the name of the Holy Spirit. Hand it over to the Most High, because I don't know what else to do except for never participate and let that bitch win over me. No matter what a fuck has done, excuse my language, no matter what someone has done, it's never worth murder. It's never worth, like, you taking them out. You know, that 6-year-old that killed his mom over not buying a video game? First of all, why did he have access to the gun? Number one.
Wait, backtrack. The 6-year-old was the one that killed the teacher.
Okay, so there's been a few murders.
Yeah, the 6-year-old killed the teacher, but there was a kid that killed his mom over a video game recently. Yes, that is true. But that... I would never think about no shit like that.
That's kind of despicable.
That's crazy. Like, think, like, kill your parent, just any parent, you know, your mom, dad, whatever, sibling. No, I'm not sure what's going on in that head, but I know that, you know, God ain't up in there.
Right. I feel like God is in there, but it's being ignored, because God is the better side of your judgment.
Right.
You know, your you know, But if there's kids out there that think like, oh, I should be a serial killer or something dumb like that, you know, who's gonna stop them? We have to stop them. You know, they're the generation that looks up to us, and they're seeing what we're watching on TV. They're like, oh, what is daddy, mommy, and auntie and unkie, family, friends alike, what are they looking at? What's interesting to them? What's popular? I can remember looking at the adults when I was a little kid and being like, oh, I want to be like that when I grow up. Certain habits that they had. I knew that I wanted to smoke when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to smoke. That looks cool. I literally remember thinking that. And in some instances, I enjoyed the actual smoke, like, smell.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to enjoy the smoke smell of weed, and the adults would say, go away, you know. But I was like, wow, that smells great. I'm going to smoke that. Yeah. I was like, whoa, it smells great. Whatever that is, I'm going to find it later on.
Yeah, I remember smelling as a kid in LA.
Yeah.
I remember finding a sack as a kid in LA, too. It was some apartments where we were at, and walked up the stairs, and I seen this little, I had him in a nickel sack.
Ooh.
And mind you, this was like the 90s and shit like that. So, but I remember showing it to my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, what is this? He's like, get him, give me that.
Wow.
But he know it wasn't mine. He just I found it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know what he did with it. I don't know.
He smoked it.
I
I'm
honestly, I never known my dad to smoke, but I mean, but yeah,
he could have.
I mean, he could have, but I don't know. I never know him to smoke. But yeah, like I said, I found weed when I was a kid. I remember being picked up in a car. I remember one time, I think my mom's car was like messed up, or back in the day, it was just me, my mom, and my older sister, you know, living in LA and shit. And just, you know, take the bus or whatever. Then I think it was my mom's husband, brother-in-law, whatever, something like that. He just so happened to see us walking like down the street, and he gave us a ride. And I guess him and his homeboy was hotboxing in the car and shit. And I remember that smell as a kid.
Right.
So that was another. Then I would see roaches here and there at my uncle's house.
Oh, okay. Little not roaches like the bugs, but roaches like
My uncle lived in Hollywood in his apartment. That's one thing I always loved about going to my uncle's house. He lived in Hollywood in his apartment. Yeah. And on his balcony, you could just see the Hollywood sign. So as a kid, you know, you seen that shit, you'd be hyped up. Yeah. You know, that my uncle lives over here and shit. So I used to like staying at his house, and like he just had a daughter. His daughter is younger, probably a couple years younger than me. But yeah, that's my little cousin. I just seen her a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always loved being around my uncle. I always loved being around all my uncles when I was a kid. You know, my uncle, his name is Clemmy Rattler Jr., but we used to call him Uncle Jr. because he's named after, you know, my grandpa.
Yeah.
And he passed away when we were in high school. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I always loved being around him. I remember he used to go to when I would be at my grandparents' house, you know, on the weekends, spend time with my dad or whatever. And my uncle would go over there, you know, after work, and he'll fall asleep on this I guess a little, what was that, like kind of like a rocking chair or whatever, lazy boy type shit. Yeah. But I remember he used to fall asleep, and me being a nephew, I used to go over here and mess with his eyes, try to open his eyes up and shit. I would fuck with his sleep. I didn't know the importance of sleep as a kid, you know. That was uncle, so I was like, my uncle here, I'm gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, right.
I miss him though.
Wow.
I do have another uncle that passed away too. Yeah. But honestly, I don't remember him. He passed away in the 80s. I was alive when he was, but he passed away from it. He got in a microwave accident. He got in a motorcycle accident. Okay. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, he passed away from that. And I remember years later seeing the helmet because they kept.
What? They kept helmet. It.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
It was just. You can't even imagine.
Wow, that's so sad.
Cause some of the helmet was kind of, it was cracked a little bit, but it was like, you know how like just say you sliding on the ground, it was like chopped off kind of something.
Dang, that sucks.
So.
Yeah, cause when they fall off, they'll scrape. They scrape on the. Yeah. So if you're thinking about getting a motorcycle, do not get a motorcycle. Even like Elon Musk
be careful. Just be careful.
Be careful, and then get all the latest like safety gear too. Yeah. I wouldn't invest in a motorcycle. But what do you think? What do you think it is though? Like, so we were talking about that, and that's why we got so hyped that it pressed record.
Start going to other stuff and stuff.
Yeah, well, what do you think though? Like,
what's up?
Because, you know, speaking of E, you know, he did say he was on that guy's church. He was on his church show. Joel Osteen. Kanye was on the Joel Osteen program, and he was talking about how they use media and such, you know, radio, and and a TV and stuff to program these kids and such. But again, I said, the spirit of murder has been here.
Way before.
It's. I mean, we can go. If we're going to use the Bible, we can go back to. Who was it? Cain and Abel, right? So that was starting with the first murder, and so guys, if the spirit of murder ever whispers to you, tell it no, banish it from your sight. Honestly, like. Find Christ before you go to jail for murders, guys. It's not. I'm telling you, jail is not fun. Prison isn't fun, and they don't treat you well in there. Trust me. People that stay different they're in there causing the terrible stuff.
I'm good in here. I'm good.
Yeah, they're good because they're causing the terrible shit. You know what I mean? And they're okay with that criminal mindset. There's been. It's known that like. There's been, let's say there's a child predator, right? And they get caught for molesting a kid. They go into jail, they come out. They end up killing next. So we know that jail is like not the best reformation.
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation, it is not. So that's one thing we have to work on.
Some have came out good, some haven't, but it's like I said, some have a continuous spree of just, a pattern,
Yeah.
That's why it's why they're called serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
No, you're right, and that's a crazy compulsion, and that's like, even if that mental health illness, because I think if you're a murderer, I think you have a mental illness. You're not intelligent, you have a mental illness. And back in the day, they used to take half people's brains out, lobotomize them. You really don't want to let me on the judge circuit, because I will push shit like that into practice, guys. Because you got to scare these people enough so that they do not commit these crimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like we already know that all these pedophilia is illegal. We know murder is illegal. There's a lot of things that are illegal, but the main subject is like why are these small children? It's not just disrespectful, man. That's murder. That's out of the way. You had judgment enough to think through it at a 6-year-old mindset to bring a gun and to end it like this because you've seen adults do this.
Some kind of influence was there.
It's such influence.
Yeah.
And then
sad.
It's sad. So what do we do? What do we turn off the media and broadcast systems for like 2 years so that we all detox from the hypnotisms? But again, guys, who the fuck was hypnotizing the people that murdered all the natives and people that did the slavery and did all the stupid hangings? And forgive me for bringing that shit up, but you're never. I'm still waiting for my brothers and sisters to get reparations from shit that they're owed. And it's funny. They're like, I heard a racist one say, "Why do you deserve reparations when you weren't the slaves?" And I'm like, first of all, I'm not even sure that I'm a direct descendant from it at all.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that at least these descendants deserve the right
Yeah.
to have their fucking pennies, just like Johnson and Johnson. Their heirs got to receive all their slave-induced filthy wealth, to thrive. What about those people that died and were murdered in Juneteenth? What about all those people in other states? The stupid ass, the racist people, and we know them by the KKK, And that's just one group, right? Because there's racist groups and all this stuff, but that's like the major racist one. I was watching this documentary that was talking about when the Juneteenth happened, it strategically happened over the whole United States.
Yeah.
It happened in a better part. I feel like I counted 20 cities or more. And so that means they were calling each other on the telephone. They were doing this. They were meeting up.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then they took all these people by surprise in the middle of the fucking night. And it was very strategic. So that's premeditated murder. It's premeditated, y'all. And if there's people living still from that stuff, they need to be prosecuted to the fullest intent. If not, karma's going to get them if it hasn't got them already.
A lot of people fail to realize karma is real.
Karma's for real. And I'm laughing at you. I'm gonna let this heal us. You know what I mean? I know what those white ass bitches did. And I'm not racist because I'm like 30% white. So I'm like, there's no way.
I'll check, son.
Exactly. I'm every race in the world, so I cannot be racist, okay? So what I'm saying is that, like, you know, they have their little gimmick too. You know what I mean? Their secrecy. How did they get this going on? Half of them are fucking fake ass. They think they're witches working for the dark side. Half of them are possessed by the devil. Guys, I mean, what else, who else does stuff like this? Satan and possesses it. It possesses these fucking little dummies, right? So don't let it possess you. And when I say that, I mean don't ever let evil be your choice.
Yeah.
There's far too many dummies already doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if you go out and kill a brother or a sister of the same color, I'm not saying go out and start a race war. No way, no how, no. That's not gonna solve anything. Please don't ever do that. Start race love, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, we're not gonna like solve the problem of their ignorance, and their racism is a mental health deficiency, guys. They're scared of something that we hold, right?
They look at us as a threat, you know. So, you know, they always gonna throw some dirt on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Whenever anybody look at us as you as a threat, they just like, you can be just minding your own damn business. And they're like, oh, there motherfuckers go right there. There go Arnold right there. You know what? Let me hate on her. Let me throw some salt on her name real quick.
Exactly.
She over there at living that peace.
Exactly.
I'm not. Let me throw some salt at her. People just don't give a fuck no more.
And when they don't realize that, you know, we're living our life and we got our own issues. We're living our own human conditions, and, you know, by the time I die, there's going to be like less weed on the planet because I will have smoked a lot. What I'm saying is, as we're smoking this, you know, big ups to our ancestors. We're putting the sacrament out to the Most High and all of our ancestors. Mm-hmm. Your ancestors. Thank you so much for taking the time to like chill with us. It's nice.
Yeah, shout out to all y'all mamas too, and your daddies. You know, he cool sometimes. I'm joking. Yeah, shout out to all the dads. Shout out to all the grandmas and grandparents.
And granddaddies and great-grandpappies.
All y'all ancestors.
And great-grandmammies. Do you know that some people are so fortunate enough to still have their great-grandmas and grandpas around? Great-grandpas.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool. Guys, I mean, I feel like if you do stuff like, think about it. You know, if you're a person and you're sitting there, let's talk about the MURDERs, right? If you're sitting there thinking about something like that, please get help.
Yeah.
Psychiatric help is available. You can call a hotline and tell them, I'm having these thoughts and what do I do? Like, I'm not a therapist, you know what I mean? But what I know is that, have I had thoughts of like of killing people? I mean, sure, yes, and I would never act on it. You know, like I've been in several fights where I've thought to myself, am I going to get out of this? Am I going to have to like take them out? And I literally think that as we're fighting, right? Because I have felt like I have to have saved my life.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you have to defend yourself, right? So you're like, am I gonna have to kill him? And but you know, and there's been other instances. I'm not sitting there planning nobody's fucking death out. Like, and to me, when I hear these stories of people doing that shit, I'm like, what a disgrace of a mind. Yeah. You sat there and you used your fucking brain for that? Really? Huh. when there was any other, wow. You know, it because I'm sitting here as a entrepreneur. I'm sitting here 17, almost 18 years into my massage therapy practice. This is what I do with my fucking time, guys. Yeah. And I study. And all kinds of other shit, right? When I come out with my degree, I'll let you know about that too. A turtle, although in slow movement, moves too, you know? But what I'm saying is that, like, what are you going to get out of participating in that?
That's a good question.
You're going to get prison. What is that 6-year-old going to get? That 6-year-old is going to be trialed probably as a juvenile because he's really small. But he did something very adult. So I'm not even sure what the fuck they're going to do with him.
That gun wasn't illegal. I found that out. That gun wasn't illegal. His mom had that gun registered as hers. But how did he get it? That's the main question. Like,
right.
I mean, why did you not have it somewhere where he cannot reach it at? You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? You know, if you having a gun, you know, I understand you got to protect yourself and your child.
Yeah.
But you got to protect your child from grabbing that shit too, you know?
Yeah.
Because what if that child ended up grabbing it and ended up shooting themselves?
Exactly. He could have shot himself.
Yeah.
That could have been him. But he negligently went out and took. I'm not saying it's the smarter choice to take yourself out. No. If you also feel like taking yourself out, please get help. I'm saying no.
No, I'm not talking about like end up like just
yeah.
purposely like just say if like the gun went off or it had that what's that hair trigger fucking reaction.
Yeah.
You know, it could have went off and he could have shot himself or like another student or some shit
right.
like that. You know, it's just a sad situation altogether.
How many bullets did that gun have? He could have taken so many other people out.
Yeah. What kind of gun was it, you know? Did it say or?
I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure, but you know, we should probably have some reports
on that.
On it, but you know, the reports are so new and everything that we just have kind of like basic ass shit, you know. But then again, these stories are coming out so continuously that, or maybe they're being highlighted more in the media, but they're coming out with such frequency that you're like, what's the pattern here? What is the pattern? What's offsetting these people? What is, you know, and it's like, again, I'm going to go back to Kanye when he said on the Joel Osteen show, he said, you know, they're using the media and they're using radio frequencies to hypnotize these kids. I'm not saying motherfucking MK Ultra. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, look, there is enough power. Look, this is what I heard the other day from some fucking excuse the cussing, but I'm getting free. This is our second or third blunt. I'm getting free and we're speaking freely. And, you know, I think if we're not going to have prolific talks, then we should not have any talks at all.
Makes sense.
So, you know, like, no matter even if you've been hypnotized, think about this, guys. I saw this movie. And it was actually a good movie. My brother recommended it to me, and we ended up watching it that same night. I said, okay, are you interested in me in it? Let's watch it. It's called Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
You seen it?
Yes.
Okay. So this movie is very fascinating because it makes you think about life. It made me think about, like, whenever I watch a movie, guys, every time and if you can take any advice from me is every time you watch a movie or you listen to a song, spiritually bone up. Protect yourself. You don't know what's in that song. You don't know what's in that movie. They might, now I sound like a Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity, but there's even people already coming out from the music industry, rappers, singers that talk about they use warlocks and witches to put spells and hexes on fucking music that comes out and certain medias. So fucking protect yourself. Protect yourself, because now that you know, you can arm yourself. Protect yourself. I'm not saying if this makes you mad, shut off the radio for a year. Turn off the TV for 2 years. Do it as long as you can. If this makes you so mad to hear that they're putting subliminal shit behind stuff, and you can find it. Right now you can internet witchery and Hollywood, and I bet you'll find 20 videos on different artists saying the same shit. And although I don't believe that anything against us will prosper, just like the Bible says, okay, I believe that much. There's a lot of gems in there that I totally hang on to. Nothing will prosper. But if I'm seeing all this idiotic stuff happening, I'm like, what kind of idiotic spell is out there? You know what I'm saying? I kind of start to think that way. What kind of delusional spell is out there? What's going on? No. That's what I start to think. And then they come out with a movie. That bird movie, that like Sandra Bullock.
Birdwatch? Yeah, I remember that shit.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, I remember, I remember shit.
What was the movie about, dude? About a whole society. You would survive only if you didn't look.
Motherfuckers was curious.
And so you died if you looked. You know what I mean? It's the whole ate the apple. It's the whole you know too much. It's the whole if you see it but don't say nothing. It's kind of keep believing in the Wizard of Oz when you literally showed us a whole movie that the Oz is fake. You literally showed us Hollywood. I mean, you gave yourself away. And I don't put that in any sense. I don't put Oz as God at all. And it's a literal like. I mean, everything is fantasy. Yeah. I have had people tell me like, "Oh, why isn't life like that movie?" And I'm like,
"It's a movie.
It's a movie, baby. It's a movie. Nah, life is never going to be like that. In fact, you're making your own movie right now. Yeah. Join me.
Yes.
And when you start having rare and beautiful, exotic and lovely, adventures, and you look at everything as an adventure, yeah, there's this and there's that going on in the world, but where can you affect the world so that it vibrates higher? They say that one person, in the world, if one person vibrates at true love, they have the power to heal like 70,000 fucking people. And so, you know what I mean? If you have more and more people vibrating at true love, treating each other at true love, I'm not saying, I didn't say doormat. I didn't say abuse. I didn't say criminal activity. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that think love is evil. If you're not crazy about me, that's not love. I'm here to break that delusion. That's not love. Yeah. And just like EVE said,
it's like obsession at some point. Then the love is blind. Yeah.
If that love makes you blind, guys, consider eating carrots and getting the fuck out of that relationship, because your sight needs help. And like I'll be the first one to tell you that toxic relationships are the most deteriorating to your health. They're already wasting your time. Why are you going to help yourself lose life? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, in any case, MURDER is not the answer. Then think about that stupid ass Chris Watts. The terrible murderer, Chris Watts. And he's not an alleged murderer. He is a true murderer, a true confessed murderer. Yeah. Chris Watts, he killed his family. He was seeing someone on the side.
A side bitch.
He had a side bitch. A side witch is what I think. No, I think that bitch is a witch. And I think that bitch put a spell on him. And number 2, I don't give a fuck who put a spell on you. Don't you murder your family.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who is a witch. You know what I mean? Don't you dare. What I think is that they made a plan, and they're going to meet up 20 years from now. That's what I think. But he ended up killing his whole fucking family, dude.
He's a white dude, right?
Some white ass, ugly ass, cracker ass. Excuse me.
Wasn't this on Netflix? Is that what you're talking about? Or?
There's a movie about him. And he's fucking despicable. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I wasn't sure about it.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, I don't want to talk about him, but he's like, I've heard people say jokes like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, if they cheated, I understand." And I'm like, "What? Whoa, psycho! Did your inner psycho just come out?"
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's just weird. You know, for you to just people, oh, I'm gonna kill that bitch. Like, I mean, there's other bitches out there, like, nigga, like, that you don't gotta kill. You know, I mean, then at that they're not bitches. You know, get you another one. You know, if you got to go that far, if it's not, if it's a point to where it's already over, and you're like, oh, you see with another dude, oh, I'm gonna kill that bitch. Like, nigga, it's over. Like that shit is weird.
And it's funny because, you know, he claims that he was trying to say this divorce, and she was saying her name was Shannon. Rest in power, Shannon. I give all the honor to the victims. Fuck that guy. I hope he gets all his karma and he is never released. I hope he dies in the fucking toilet in prison. But anyway, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to wish anything that I wouldn't wish for myself. I'm just saying karma. And she was not available for that. She's like, I'm not up for that. She's like, I don't want to leave you, honey. This is what I'm telling you right now, guys. If somebody says, I want a divorce, just say yes. Just say yes. Because it's you don't know whether, okay. I'm not saying that everyone's a murderer. I'm saying, what if she had said, yes, I'll give you the fucking divorce. I'm not saying that it's her. I'm not saying that it's her fault. It's his fault. He's a crazy lunatic. Yeah. But what if there is no what ifs anymore? You know, that's the saddest part. But what if, let's say for people listening out there in the world, you know, if someone don't want to be with you, just let them go. You know what I mean? If this lady had agreed and took her fucking bags, that girl had just came from a vacation. That means she had at least like a week worth of clothes in her backpack, in her suitcase. She could have took her babies and ran the fuck out. Yeah. You know? And who's to say something crazy would have snapped in his head and he would have chased and killed them both, maybe. Killed them all and then the taxi driver too. I don't know, you know what I mean? But maybe it would have turned into a murder also, and sucks, you know, but perhaps if she would have gotten in her car and drove the fuck away, very far away, and never looked back, we wouldn't even know their name right now. You know? And he'd be out there fucking his side bitch. Take that, stupid ass.
Yeah,
stupid ass.
She ended up leaving him.
Yeah, dude, you know, it's I feel like in the end, like, not everybody is a murderer, trust me. Yeah. Just because someone wants a divorce and you don't leave them doesn't mean they're gonna murder you, no. But, you know, I feel like a lot of times some people think about killing others. Yeah. And it's a mental health deficiency.
Yeah, when you start thinking about stuff like that, you should just pray, you know, if you believe in God, you know. Pray.
If you believe in God, get down on your knees. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's put your fingers together and do not commit a crime. Yeah. Pray and give it to God, the real and true living God. You know what I mean? And why? Well, how come I say that shit all the time? Because there's people that try to fake that they're God. People, yes, people, and they're like, you know, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah. But there's just fake ass shit out there, and you got to reach out to the real and true living God, you know, and you know, that presence can hear us deep in us. We don't even have to say this shit out loud, you know. Whatever we're dealing with, you know, you can just pray upon it all in the inside. If something as terrible as murder is, and I didn't want to keep bringing that word up, you know, MURDER. I didn't want to bring it up again and again because of the algorithm shit. But if something like that is in your head, even if it's like whispering to you at all, really, really reach out to the hand of God and get yourself like therapy, psychiatric help. There's nothing wrong with even committing yourself to the local like mental institution. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that because murder is 25 to life. and you can never bring that person back. It's not a game. Or persons. You can never bring them back. It's not worth a game. It's not worth your toy. Who cares if you can't get the latest game or your toy? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, in prison, you get no games. You get no toys. And they constantly RAPE you. They constantly grape you. If you're a guy or a girl. One time I went to, public disclosure here, but I went to jail one time, right? And some lady kind of threatened me, like, for grape. Like, she threatened to grape me when I went to the big house.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that is not sexy, and I don't want that, and that's definitely going to be great. And, fuck, I never need to come back here again. Oh, my goodness, now I know. Whew. And she gave me, like, this, and bear in mind, like, I've been bi, pretty much lesbo my whole life, right? Lesbian, whatever. And that still didn't attract me, like, it was terrible. I was like, whoa, that's terrifying. I do not want to be touched by you. Whoa, that's disgusting. When's the last time you took a shower? Plus, you're terrible looking. Plus, jail. Plus, ew. What crime did you commit? All these terrible thoughts were going through my mind. I envisioned terrible things happening to me in jail. And luckily, I only spent very little time in there. And I didn't go to the big house. Like, nobody had the opportunity. So, because I would have fought. I would have got more time in jail. That would not happen to me. So I'm just saying that shit happens a lot. They don't treat you well, guys. You eat like sandwiches made out of cardboard. I mean, I don't know what you want to hear. Like, nobody's having a good time in jail. Look at those crime people.
This is how I'm living in jail.
I know, man.
I thought you could live better outside. Sure you wear.
It's true.
So but some people do things and they end up getting caught up in situations, and like I said, there's some certain people like this. They're serial killers, so they've done it more than once. Probably more than twice. There's people who killed hundreds, and that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Imagine meeting that person. Imagine having to sit down with a person that killed you. What the fuck would you say to that person? They said they got why is he still alive? Why didn't they electrocute that person? I've been in locked up for like 30 years and I killed 140 people.
Yeah.
That they know about. And just to give those side note, I'll probably kill more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, what do you say? Like, what the really, nigga? Like, what's are you Lucifer?
Exactly.
I don't know. Y'all might be his cousin. Like, that damn. What do you say that shit like? But yeah, people. Like I said, you got those people. Then you also got Ned Flanders type people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't gonna have nothing. Ain't gonna happen to Ned. Ned's good. Hopefully double. So,
yeah, that's true.
He's all G'd up, got up, and all that good stuff. So
that's the good thing you got. That's the thing. It's better to be on the right side of the law. It's better to be in God's good graces. You know what I mean? Like you don't want God side eyeing you because you did something bitch ass.
Yeah.
Especially
Jesus
exactly when you do MURDER. How do you think the higher presences that did everything to form these galaxies look at you? Like, how do you think your ancestors that literally hang out with you in the invisible realm look at you and they're like, we did all our fucking work, we survived, we passed our genes on so that they could end up in a fucking cell, in a prison cell, because MURDER, it's not worth it. Now that 6-year-old, now those other killers around here, and no matter who you are, I don't care who you are, you're going to live with that regret and that guilt till your fucking death. And it's gonna fucking like burn at you like a cancer. So you don't want to do that. I don't have that guilt in my heart. I've never murdered. I've never killed.
Imagine the people who haven't got caught. It's not in jail.
I hope they all turn themselves in. But
You know, certain people, they take it to the grave.
exactly.
And that's, you know what's, and it's crazy because like now just think about it, because I remember they said recently they caught someone that escaped from jail a couple like years ago, and he was in another country, like teaching or doing some shit. I was like, what the fuck? You know,
Can't believe that.
what kind of influence, or I mean, he was some kind of influence he got to get away. You know, like if just say if he was caught. I mean, I forgot this exact story, but let's just say he got caught. He was in jail, and how do you escape and go to a whole nother country? That wasn't done by yourself. Definitely
No.
wasn't.
I feel like some people do like disguises.
Yeah.
And they have other passports, or and they do have help. Like I know family will get you like, oh no, I fucked up. You know, I don't want to tell you what it is, but I gotta go, bro. And then people help them out or something. If I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are, don't you ever come to me talking about help me because I just committed a crime, because I will report you right there and then. Yeah. I will even citizen arrest you. Yeah. I'm kidding. I probably won't.
I stole this Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup, but I was hungry. You just mad because you didn't save you one.
Exactly.
That's fucked up. And he had a king size of 4?
Yeah, man. You could have shared. No. You know, no, I don't. I feel like I'm on the snitches side, because if it wasn't for snitches, there's a lot of people that would have never got caught. Stuff like that. There's still, I feel like if you know things about criminals, call the police. Yeah. I thought I saw somebody that I knew on the most wanted list, but it turns out I don't think it was them. But I was about to call on that person and be like, yeah, they're there. Yeah. They're there over there where they are.
Yeah. They should.
You know? Yeah. And go find them.
Like nothing happened, no.
Right.
They just thugging.
Right. No, because I don't believe criminals should be able to get away with it. You know what I mean?
Plain sight and shit.
Yeah. There's
a little bit.
Okay. And it depends on what criminal stuff you do. You know what I mean? There's people that have been out there like stealing for their family. They don't have nothing to eat. I'm on like.
I get the food stuff.
I hope they get away. You know.
I get the food stuff I've seen like certain videos of people on YouTube where they caught someone stealing and all this stuff was nothing but food. Yeah. So like you think about that, if they're legit trying to take care of their family, then
give them a break.
I look, maybe if I got $20, $30 extra dollars, hey, look out for them, put it towards that, whatever. But maybe slide the EBT,
For real, guys. And that, that makes a lot of sense. They call it pay it forward. You know, it's on the Bible. They say do unto others. Yeah. If you were having a broke, jokey day, you want to be helped out too, kind of stuff. And then again, it's about, and they say sin is sin, but no, I think that, like a stealing, a box of Fruity Pebbles and milk for your child, and
versus a car just to go joyriding.
That stealing that, or a lot of degrees, and then murder. That's a serious different degree. You know what I mean?
Stealing somebody's identity.
Yeah, you can give the car back. You can't give a life back. Think a million trillion times before you even ever take those actions. If you can even de-escalate a fight. If you're somewhere where you fight a lot, get the hell out of there. Get the heavens out of there. Yeah. Why are you going to stay somewhere, anywhere, like that? Please get out.
If you got to go somewhere where you got to, you feel like you got to constantly eye the place out, but you can't enjoy yourself, and it's supposed to be a place where you're supposed to enjoy yourself. Maybe you need to leave, Maybe that vibe's there for a reason, but at the same time, like, just chill with a certain group of people. That's why I just chill with a certain group of people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with too many crowds like that. I mean, I would fuck with a crowd, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know how it gets.
No, it's true. I feel like, in life, it's quality versus quantity.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't learned that already.
Yeah. Yeah, been learned that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. But in any event, don't ever do your best to diffuse just a few situations. Walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Going for a walk can be very helpful.
Yeah.
If you've thought about killing somebody more than once, you really, really, really need to get away from them. So, I mean, do not take the steps forward, to do that. I mean, you're gonna lose your life in the process, And then when you die and Judgment Day is here, when they weigh your heart against the feather, or whoever, God is looking at you talking about what'd you do with the time I gave you on earth?
Yeah.
You have to admit that you murdered, and you have to admit that whatever. I don't know that you're gonna like that, and the results of shit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
God, you know what I did.
Yeah.
But what did you do?
Yeah,
I need
God
you to
will
tell me what did you do.
I think God will do that. Be like, tell me what I know what you did, but I need to see it and hear it from your face.
He's staring you up and down.
Right, judging you hard because that's the only one that can judge you.
Yeah.
I know that probably doesn't scare many people that God's gonna judge you, but think about the repercussions, guys. Everything has the repercussions. We don't know if God's gonna send you down as a cow, and then you spend 3 months in a field, and then they kill you, and then you keep repeating that process forever and ever and ever because you murdered. I don't know how it is, guys. In the Bhagavad Gita, which is a spiritual text from the Hindus, they talk about murderers and people that are very evil, and that only conspire to do evil in the life that they had, that they turn into cows for the remainder of the reincarnations. They're no longer you will not be allowed to come back as a human.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend your life in a repetitive murder cycle for yourself.
No shit.
So that's what it says in that book right there, back of the Bhagavad Gita. So think about that hardcore. You know what I mean? Don't do it. You know what I mean? And if it's your life versus theirs, do your best to put them in a hold and call the police. Do the best to get out of the situation.
Yeah. I'm
saying your life versus theirs. I want you to live. I want all of us to thrive. I want you to come out hugging each other, but that's going to be your decision.
Yeah.
Do you want to come back as a cow and be murdered over and over and over? I mean, I'm going to have fun eating you in my burger.
Remember those Got Milk commercials?
Got milk. Yeah. That knowing that little statement changes everything, right? Changes a lot of stuff. I hope that you're hearing that. Yeah, I like to read. You know what I mean? I like to read.
What book would you say?
Oh, this one, the Bhagavad Gita. It's funny because I literally have it right here. Because we happen to be right in front of, in my office, basically. Yeah. But, see, my books are found everywhere around the house. But that one is kind of not their Bible, but you can see it but it's not. They also have another book, that blue book over there is nothing but songs. It's very pretty. Yeah. So the Hindus have just because I'm non-denominational, I research it all. I read a lot of stuff, and I don't swallow everything. I don't believe everything verbatim, but it's very interesting to learn things, how other people believe and what is written in other people's ancient texts and stuff like that. So same thing as but this is the first chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but maybe I'm not. And I hope I'm not only to say it in a. I'm trying to say it the right. That's what it looks like, Bhagavad Gita. So.
Yeah. As it is.
Yeah. But that's where it says that. Literally, I think I have it highlighted up in there, talking about that. If all you do is like be evil in life, you're never gonna be allowed to come back as a human. Yeah. So, I think that was a good one to like, we're at 55 minutes. We're at 55 minutes. Wow. I know. But that's for sure. Let the hand of life always be with you. There's super good choices in life. Yeah. They say idle hands. That just means, keep your hands busy. Hands that are not busy get into things that perhaps
shouldn't be getting into.
Exactly. So think a million trillion times. Healthy ways. You know what I mean? Don't let any stupid spirit come in and fool you into murder, into suicide, into, nothing. No. Remember, they're just mental health deficiencies, in most cases, spirits, and you got to get rid of them. Yeah. And, we encourage your walk with God to help you attain spiritual enlightenment, because this is not just a physical plane, right? They have this book on the pineal gland, which is kind of like some writers have referred to it as the seat of the soul. Yeah. Some people have referred to it as the one that gives us the wisdom, the ones that help us, the gland that helps us become more intelligent. Yeah. And it is like an eye, but it's like way devolutionized to not be an eye. It is an eye, but it's like a spiritual eye.
Yeah.
So, even physicality and anatomy shows us how spiritual life is meant to be. We have a spiritual fucking antenna inside of our brains. Its purpose is not to see the physical world. Its purpose is to understand and feel the spiritual aspect of wisdom and intelligence. Yeah. Right? And behave so accordingly in the highest of intelligence. And murder is not intelligent. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking that Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy was intelligent. Because I've seen actors even act like very intelligent people, guys.
Yeah.
So, don't ever let nobody say they're cool. If you see somebody wearing like a...
Trench coat. I'm on trench coat.
Run away.
He has a gun under there. Got a gun under there, or that motherfucker naked.
Equally, run away.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fast.
And that, again, before... I don't know. I think we're going to end because... I sound like that girl. We're going to end. Christmas. No. Everybody was making fun of her. Saying Christmas. I don't remember. Some lady singer. Where is your life going to aspire to? You know what I mean? Like, think about this. If your life is... Just because there's billions of us on the world, humans, and not to mention like animal counterparts and plants and stuff like that, elements. Yeah. Like, your shit is so special. Your incarnation is so special. You were touched by the hands of creation to be made in the way you were made, to be created in the way you are, exactly who you are. It's like looking at the sky and saying, nah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, you're not like the European sky. No. We don't do that. See, we're not very much different from that sky. We hold a lot of molecules that are in the air. We use that specific invisible air to give us life. But the point is, like, in all its greatness and all it took to get you to where you are, and all the history of your ancestry. Think about the galaxies. And then we're on the Goldilocks planet. we have to be on this specific planet to live. Go to Mars. Go to Mars, you'll fucking faint and you'll die in a minute in that atmosphere without oxygen.
Yeah.
There is none there. So they say.
Didn't they say like there was supposed to be a super Earth or some shit? Have you ever heard some rumors, or another Earth or something? I remember hearing some shit like that.
Scientists are saying, and I already know, but scientists are saying there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Earths just like this. Not to mention super Earths. There's Earths that are bigger than this. So it's like, not only did we get so fortunate to be here, I feel like what kind of good can you aspire to like be if we've never seen the good a human can be? You know what I mean? How are we going to see the best a human can be if you don't do the best you can do out of your best?
Yeah.
You know, like one of my favorite morning things to say to people is go do your best. I love to say that to people. If I'm saying good morning, I'm like, go do your best. You know, when I'm babysitting kids, go do your best. And they really feel inspired. And I see that shit in their face. They're like, I can do my best? You are allowed to do your best. Yeah. Go and do your best. And that doesn't mean... Somebody joked with me. See, I said, if you say shit around certain people...
Yeah. They think everything's a joke.
Exactly.
You know what? That's the thing. And that's one thing I thought about it. Like, if you joke a lot with certain people, that's all they expect from you. Like, jokes. And the day that you act serious, they're kind of like, are you okay? You know, are you sick? And like, no, this is just... I can joke, too, but I'm also a serious person, too. That's real. So they don't expect the serious side. So it's like one of those things where just say, like, you were the class clown. But they don't... They didn't... Even though you joked and shit, they don't see the serious side of you. They just...
Right.
Oh, he's probably just joking right now. No.
Right.
Everything's not a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
Always saying that, but it's probably a joke. Yeah, it's true. And then, so you've got to find this life is, it is funny, you know. I've heard it be referred to as a divine comedy by several people. I've heard this shit. I'm like, I like that, divine comedy. Because it is a fucking joke. Yeah. You know, half the shit I see out there is a fucking joke. When you know, because I can't live life looking in the rearview mirror though. Yeah. But I have to let the rearview mirror exist, and sometimes I have to take a glance to make sure I don't fall. Yeah. You know, the same. So we alert each other. We don't just, you know, throw things under the rug like Spain. Mm-hmm. We don't, you know, like we're not like you know, like holding like a collective thought and saying we're gonna forget about World War II. It's fucking delusional and ridiculous. Discombobulating. If we were computers, we're all organic computers, and it's like we're all a little fucked.
Yeah, we all got a calculator in our heads, and you know we're all journalists in our own fucking ways. Photographers, like if you know, anybody can take a picture, but like I'm talking about, you know what I mean, mm-hmm. In an artistic speaking way, but yeah, it's a lot of shit. You know, we a lot of us got some hidden talents. You know what I'm saying? So you know, some of us just got to discover them. You know, some of us know what. Some of us just haven't figured out what we're gonna do with them. Yeah. Some of us trying to do, you know, or we're trying, but we just, you know.
True.
Being patient.
True. So, you know, while being patient, we're about to close off. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been about an hour. You know, if you can hang in with us for an hour, very grateful. Thank you so much for being here. But you know, it's a very serious note. Like, I wish I could laugh all day long, and sometimes I do laugh all day long, and it's all great and everything. You know, however, you know, I want to make sure to remind you that your soul's purpose includes bringing each other up, not tearing each other down. You know, if we go and smash everybody's light, you know, by default, we're creating a deficiency in the purposes of humanity. Mm. And not only are you cutting someone's purpose short, you're cutting your purpose short, because murder, it's not a purpose. It's not the answer. You're feeding into a system. Now you can get help. You can be on pills. Don't let no stupid dummy celebrity tell you don't get psychiatric help or pills. They're not doctors. Listen to your doctor. Go get help. Don't feed into that, because think about gang members. They only F themselves over because killing each other, end up spending time in jail, wasting all this time that they could have had out there, accumulating laughter, joy, time, sex, food, traveling, whatever the fuck else we do in human life.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe you can find a couple of those things in jail. But, you know, but it's not the same thing.
Traveling from cell to cell.
Exactly, man. But it's not the same thing. I promise you. And you know, we're us that choose like to. You know what? You know who came to my mind? Tentacion.
Yeah.
Do you remember that little kid?
Yeah.
He died when he was 20.
Yeah.
If he's dead, if he's actually dead, I hope that he's alive somewhere and he faked his identity. I hope, but that's not true. I said I hope. It's a fantasy of mine.
Yeah.
But rest in power. You know, XSS Joffrey or something like that. I think his name was Joffrey or Onfrey or, oh my gosh, forgive me.
I forgot how to pronounce it, to be honest.
You know,
I know what you're talking about.
You know, to XXX Tentacion. Yeah. But you know, like in his personal life, he was a little shithead. Yeah. I'm not saying that I've never been a little shithead. What I'm saying is that he was a little shithead, and he got a domestic violence record. He was known to like fight with his girl. Yeah. And la la la. He came out in one of a video. He would record himself, you know, and he said if karma gets me for something stupid that I've done, I deserve it. La 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 la. And I thought to myself, damn, that's pretty hard, right? First for slapping a bitch, you get killed now. That's not fair, you know? Like, I'm sorry to have said it that way. But you understand what I'm saying? You know, it's like, to me, it's not the equivalent. Like, just because you get into a domestic violence altercation doesn't mean you deserve murder, blah, blah, blah. No. Or cheating, or nothing like that. Just because you cheated doesn't give your partner the right. You know, if you're a ghost out there, sorry, ghost. Go to the light. You didn't deserve that. You know, what the fuck? Who does that? It's true. It's true. People do that, and it's the most. I've had partners. I'm not gonna tell you who, but I've had partners that joke with me like that. Like, yeah, if you cheated on me, I'd kill you, and I'd be like, whoa, that is not even funny.
Yeah, I don't joke like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, first of all, why are you even thinking like that? Exactly,
and or say like, I can see why they did it. I'm like, ew, get out of my life. You're reasoning with the murderer? Wow, interesting.
Red flag right
Get the fuck out. Yeah. You know, and it's never the answer. MURDER is never the answer. Grape is never the answer. If someone says no, just take it as no. I bet you the next person will give you all you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just give up on that person that said no. Move on to the next one. The next one will say yes. You know? Lucky charm.
Might.
They might. And wait until they say yes.
You know, yeah, don't be putting too much pressure on it, you know. Let it ride.
Unless they want the pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys, you know, it's much funner to have someone say yes and be like, I want you to do me over there, honey. You know, I mean, again, if someone says no, just move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you know how many people have said no to me before I was married? I got so many. I've had a lot of no's. Thank God they know to me. You know what I mean? Because now I'm married to somebody that yeses me all the time. So, you know, like, you know, and I mean it in like, you don't stop. And I don't mean when someone says no, you keep going. I say you move on.
Yeah.
Because then you'll find a person that'll actually say yes. When you find someone that says yes, you want someone to say yes, right? Because they enjoy it. They'll get into stuff with you. I promise you, when you move on and you find another person. Let's say 50 people have said no. Just keep trying and trying and trying and trying.
Yeah.
Or you can commit to celibacy. Who the fuck said you have to be with someone?
Yeah.
But I'm saying keep trying. I'm saying keep
don't
trying.
Just give up. I mean, there's basically saying there's someone out there for everybody.
There is always someone out there for someone. It's true, and you know, if there was someone in your life and you wanted to be with them and shit,
yeah,
and they got married to someone else, that's the purpose. And maybe, you know what, I've seen some people hook up like after divorce. So, you know, I'm not saying hold off. I'm saying go fall in love. Remember to fall in love with yourself. You know what I mean? I think that's where a lot of murder shit comes from.
Yeah.
Like, people don't love themselves, so they take it out on others. They want to kill themselves, so they kill others. Or something like that, you know? I don't know.
Makes sense. I get what you're saying.
You see?
Yeah.
So, but in the end, we want you to live in this beautiful outside world with us. It's really beautiful out here.
Yeah.
You know, we get to do whatever we want all the time. As long as we're not hurting ourselves or others, we do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it's actually beautiful. I love to see the sunset. So a lot of times I'll get up before the sun rises, and I see the sunrise, and it's beautiful. And fucking being in prison just wouldn't be the same, you know? Not to mention all the grape. Oh, no. They already told me, they're like, graping you. I'm like, no, I can't, because I'll fight. So I'll have another record. I'm good.
That's crazy.
Greg, I'm glad she did that, because that kind of, I feel like before I get hype and I think about doing criminal activity, or because there has been times where I have been in an altercation and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like punching you the fuck out. I feel like murdering you. Yeah. You know, like, and thank God that reasoning steps in, you know, and says, no, that's not your life. Remember the grape. Yeah, you don't want that. You like the outside, don't you? You like going for bicycle rides, and you like all your life, and you like swimming in the ocean.
You like being free.
You like going to church on Sundays. Very good, very good. I love the freedom.
Yep.
It's fantastic. And trust me, nobody's ever worth it. Sometimes people are like, they did this to my so-and-so and this and this and that. Let the law handle it. Let karma handle it. So a lot of times I've had to bite my tongue on stuff. A lot of people deserve a punch out or whatever, but I'm not going to return. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know? So let the karma handle it. And a lot of times I hear about karma. I'm like, oh, that person got that? Oh, makes sense. That's karma. So, you know, guys, hang in there, hang on in life. There's better people, better times. You know, if someone's driving you to feel like murder, get the fuck out. You know, if it's your parents, even call the police on yourself. You know, because think about it. If you call the police and say, I'm thinking about murdering, something is wrong with me, instead of acting on it, like, you could get help and you can live a long and very fruitful, very beautiful life. Instead of, you know, getting incarcerated and having a terrible record. And they're not gonna be nice to you in juvenile hall. Mm-hmm. That's the worst. That's even worse than prison. I've heard. I didn't go there, but I didn't have to go there to hear about it. Yeah, did you go ever to? Yeah, I don't even know why I asked you that, but you never know in people's lives. Sometimes people have a juvenile record, and you don't know shit. And that shit doesn't follow them after adulthood unless they're stupid enough to get into the criminal activity. But
I was close. You know. I've done some things even as a kid. Even like I said, it's still a lot. You know, I've got caught certain times and stuff like that. But like I said, I never to a point to where I had a record. You know what I'm saying? So God bless, that, what I'm saying, having my mom, there too as well. But yeah, like even I can't
You know what? Yeah, because I remember you have to gear. No matter who's hearing us all the time, I think we want to influence. A lot of times we're opinionated.
Yeah.
And I think we try to talk as intelligent as we can and leave a good impression. We're never going to instigate fighting. Unless you're doing martial arts. If you feel like murdering, trust me. If you get into martial arts, I think 1,000% sure that your murder instinct or whatever will go away. I think getting into martial arts and letting that shit out, or boxing, letting that shit out naturally. Greg, I can go to my boxing bag, maybe like 15 minutes, just fuck it up. I do kickboxing on it.
Take that anger out.
Take it out on it. And suddenly I let go of all of that shit. And I'm a little tired for a second, but then boom, boom, boom. I'm hype. I'm hype and I'm feeling fantastic. I got endorphins. I feel good.
Yeah.
I lost like 500 calories because you're all hype on the... You're beating it up.
That adrenaline is going in.
Exactly. Yeah. So jiu-jitsu, get into jiu-jitsu. That shit is fun. And that'll help you get like a brotherhood or a sisterhood, whatever it is that you get into, because there's a lot of shit, to do. So I think that's what's missing sometimes, like a tribe.
Yeah.
And that's why people get lost and end up doing criminal shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I remember running across this video on YouTube and talking about, it was like a bunch of different cities that's like infested with different crime and shit, like within just America. And it's crazy how some of these cities be looking, like they be looking all abandoned and shit, like they just look all decayed and shit, and like it looks fucking sad. And, like,
we're gonna go over there and buy everything, make a bunch of recreation and homeless centers and job opportunity stuff and training centers and education stuff. I'm putting it out to the universe.
Let me see. I know one of the last couple of videos I watched on YouTube.
Hey man, a lot of that shit you just gotta pay the taxes and you're in. So, anyways, this is business, guys. We're business people here.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, recording. Oh. We're still recording. We haven't said goodbye yet. We're at 117. That's one of my favorite numbers. That's not the point, guys. Criminal activity is not cool. Yeah. We don't think that serial killers are famous. Like they're dummies. We make fun of them. Nobody thinks they're cool. We watch that shit. The only reason we watch that shit is to make sure that we know what they did so that we never fall for it. You understand? That's what you understand, guys, people that are thinking that it's cool. It's really, really, really not. Richard Ramirez, his breath was so stinky. His breath smelled like dookie.
What was
Richard
that?
Ramirez.
Oh, yeah.
That he was a terrible, ugly very ugly serial killer from Los Angeles County. Yeah. And they fucked him up. Pardon my language, but they messed him up. The whole county, they put the most wanted out for him, and like in that night, like somebody recognized him. The neighborhood chased him down and beat his ass.
I remember hearing that story.
Right. That. So guys, in the end, you're really check this shit out. If that shit influences you, like if criminal and like serial killer stuff fascinates you, get into the criminal aspect of it and become a lawyer, go study the law, do criminal studies in college, do criminal studies in high school. That shit is fun. Get into the criminal aspect, get into the psychological aspect. Maybe we can one day develop some sort of a therapy for people that have this sort of like tenacity. Like they have this, like, trust me, guys, I do not have the nerve to kill anybody. I will defend myself. Yeah. If you're trying to kill me, I will defend myself to the point of killing you. Trust me.
As you should.
Yeah, I will maim you. You will not be able to walk. It will be a bad day for you.
Yeah.
You will come out blind. Something bad will happen. Don't fuck with me, us, nobody, like, nobody that I know or that I helped train. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm just saying I can defend myself. And I hope that you have developed something like that too. But I'm never going to sit there and plan out someone's murder. I'm never going to sit there and say, I think that's an option. That, yeah, killing them is good. No, that's not. That thought never processes here. That thought doesn't come through.
Yeah, it's nothing I'm thinking about, like, oh shit, I'm mad at this person or this person.
Right.
I'm gonna go kill this person tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. The worst I thought is, like, get out of my life.
Yeah, I understand being mad or being angry, but, like, I don't think it all the way to that point. Like, you got shit to live for, you know. I don't know everybody's situation, you know, but I got shit to live for, you know. But I'm not mad at nobody to the point where I'm like, oh, I want to go kill that motherfucker right now.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's not worth it.
it is.
And think about it, like, for you people in gangs and stuff, I pray you get out of it. You know? Go join the God gang.
Yeah.
Go study the Bible. I know it sounds weird for me to say that, but go study the Bible. It's better than going to kill someone. Go study a book. Grab a dictionary. Grab all the encyclopedias that you can. Go to the library and sit there for days upon days. Become best friends with your higher intelligence, with your higher self. If you don't believe in God,
Become your generation's Malcolm X.
exactly. We need more generational, like, healers that heal with your intelligence, whatever you're here to do on earth.
Yeah.
You know, you walk around with that high class kind of appeal, representing God well, guys. Go represent your ancestry.
Yeah.
Are you proud of your ancestry? Do you not know your ancestry? There's some people that are adopted.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah. And it's like, and it could still be easy for some people to find out, you know, like I said, if you don't know, you don't know. But, I mean.
True. But in that way, we are still connected to the human family.
Yeah.
Know that out there is some sort of a family line, but the family line goes back all the way to the originator of creation. So in that way, we are all one. Remember, try to see, you know, I'm talking about like the adopted people. Try to see all of us as your tribe. If you don't know your tribe specifically, it's because we're all your tribe, and we were all meant to adopt you.
Yeah, the human race.
Exactly.
Well, we love you.
We love you so much, and if you have criminal thoughts, especially ones taking other people's lives or yours, please get help. Shout out to the big guy, woman, whatever, to the great one, to the great source,
to the one above,
to the Most High, to God, to the great Creator, and let him know what you're feeling and thinking. Not that Creator doesn't know all. It's just that Creator needs you to ask for your own help. It sounds kind of silly, but it's not, right? That's the whole point of life, is sticking up for yourself. Yeah. So Creator can't give us what we don't ask for, and you can choose a lot of paths in life. A lot of paths. There's so many paths in life. You haven't even marked your own path.
Yeah.
You're here to set your own path. You are to get off of the pinky toes of the great Creator, which we stand, because we're not here to compete with nobody. We just get off our Big Daddy's toes and go to work. You know? Yeah. And have him all day long around us being like, where you lead us, where we going, how are we going to spend our time wisely? We have so many hours in the day.
Bouncing all around and shit.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong. If you have some sort of a, you know, they say ADHD, but I say fuck it. Go with it. They say bipolar, fuck it, go with it, but don't do nothing that hurts yourself or others. Go with it. Fuck it.
Yeah. That's true.
Just go with it. Maintain some clarity and focus in your life.
Yeah.
You know? And keep going. That's what they want. They want you to fail. They want you to end up in their cells making them millions of dollars. as they fucking dwell in this filthy criminal game. You know, they're sitting there laughing at us, hoping that the biggest and brightest end up in the smallest little cells. You know, that's what they hope. They're like, we hope. Because, God forbid, we'd make our own, I don't know, society? I don't know.
Little country.
I know. This is ridiculous.
Own little zip code, own little everything.
Do it back in the day, like our
Own little
ancestors.
sodas.
Everything.
You know sodas. Just, you know, well, whoever the people drink that shit.
Fuck it. Let's get into the soda game. You heard it here first. I'm gonna talk to our girl Vanessa because she creates the greatest things.
Yes.
Check her out for that beard oil.
Asshole soda.
Check us out for Asshole Network. We're gonna come out with some asshole soda. I think we're gonna name it something better, but the way that people talk about eating ass these days, I think that might sell well.
Why mine don't smell like booty?
Whose booty, sir?
Oh, sure, it's strawberry flavor. What the hell? I mean, like, why would it smell like booty? Like,
yeah.
I want, you know.
Oh, let's make a soda where you can send in your own scent. Oh my god, I'm saying it, and then no,
I don't know about a
maybe
soda.
send your own scent. We'll make a soda out of it. Have you ever smelled that that you just wanted to all day?
Or what if
Here it is in the soda can.
Yeah, what if someone sent like a wrong scent and you're like, ugh, like, I'm sorry, this gonna fuck up our machines.
Who's this that?
Send this back.
This is Jennifer?
I'm like, did this come back rotten?
Exactly.
So no, this is fresh.
Oh
You
no.
need to go to your doctor.
Please have her be checked for STDs.
Why is that? Why so creamy?
I'm kidding. No, we're kidding.
Oh shit, yo, you gonna have to cut that.
Nah, no, bro, hey, that stuff is true. And while we're on the STDs track, everybody be careful. Be careful. There's nothing wrong with saying, do you have any STDs? And if so...
You got some papers?
Exactly. No, protection.
Yeah.
Protection. Use protection. You know, they have so many protections out there.
You got something to prove that shit?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that, waiting a fucking week to see if somebody's clean or not. If you're, let's say like you're clean, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But if, I feel like, okay, look, back in the day, this is a true story, y'all. And we're almost gonna end because everybody has little lives, and I know we don't want to keep you for too long. But you know, back in the day, you know why people do the pinky up when they drink water or soda or whatever they're drinking, champagne. Well, they put the pinky up, as well as sagging the pants and having your ass out in jail means that you're available and ready for booty business, and that's why everybody's sagging their booty out here, looking like they're open for business.
Like jail terms or like
yeah, with the booty, with the sagging. Well, I'm talking about the pinky up. People would do this dumb shit. Well, that used to mean back in the day. It used to mean that I have an STD.
No shit.
Yes, that's how people identified each other. Be like, we good
people,
we can. You already have.
I thought that was
okay. Let's go over there.
I thought that was people being like, oh yeah, they just being fancy type.
No, it's a signal. Nowadays we think we as kids and the media or whatever took it to fucking mean something else. But back in the day, it was actually created by people whenever they were. Cause, hey man, back in the day, they used to have orgies. They still have orgies in these days. Not that I participate in any of that stuff. I'm just saying that they do. Back in the day, they used to have the same shit, and so that's how they would signal each other. How people with STDs would tell each other, "I have an STD, you have an STD. Let's go F. Let's go fuck. Let's go."
Because when you think about it, like, let's say you at a friend's house and a bunch of people over there, and you didn't know. And all of a sudden, you go to the bathroom and you just say you in there because you have to take a little poop. Just say you in there for 20 minutes. Then you come back and you hear somebody downstairs say, "Oh, the pizza's here." Cause they ordered pizza, right?
All right.
But you go down there maybe 5 minutes later after that he said that, or whoever said that, but everybody's fucking. But you didn't know it was that kind of party.
No.
Like what? nigga, I came down here for some pizza and chill. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? It's like about 10 motherfuckers down there.
Yep. Dang. You been in shit like that?
Oh, no. It's just my imagination.
Well, I've actually seen videos because I'm very like curious. I'm super curious.
Yeah.
So ever since the internet's been out, right? Like you and I are from a generation where when we were born, the computers technically were not out yet. I think when we were born, the first computers were being made or was already out, like right when we were born, right? Something like that. And so by the time we were kids, we were able to get on some, you know what I mean? I know you had computers when you were in elementary school.
Yeah, the first like website I can remember like going on, you know, not like first website, but I remember going on what is that? Sports Illustrated for Kids.
Yeah.
At the time, that was popular. But also Yahoo was like a fucking thing
that was the only search engine we knew.
Yeah. We go to Yahoo, you search on shit, and that's you'll play. You could find different games or whatever, but
yeah,
Yahoo was the thing or whatever. They had Yahoo Messenger too. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doing that motherfucker.
That's true.
All the OGs.
I know, man. Everybody was Yahoo chatting.
Oh, shout out to
Remember Teen Chat?
What was that?
When we were in high school, anyways, I'm dating myself, but I'm not very old. But in the 2000s, there was this fucking very popular website called Teen Chat. It probably still exists. I'm not sure. I don't get on it because I'm not a teenager anymore.
Yeah.
But
Like, you know.
yeah, but I mean, back in the day, it was very popular. I'm just saying that's kind of like our little era. We had our little shit.
Yeah.
We're computer savvy because we grew up in
fucking with
computers.
Yeah.
But you know, definitely, we've made very good choices in life. We're not in jail.
Yeah.
We speak to you outside of jail in this paradise called Earth, and we're doing whatever the fuck we want all the time, anytime. There's no warden. There's no crazy like criminals trying to grape me. You know, guys, it's good out here. Maintain it out here, and if you're in there, do your time. Get the hell out of there. Never come back.
Yeah.
We pray for you. We pray for you that you never go in there again.
Is that oil has like cherry?
Yeah.
Like
This
like a cherry.
this
flavor.
terpenes. So this episode is just a podcast, but we're sharing a pipe, a sacrament, right? We're sharing it, and we're like, we put some wax in there, and the terpenes are higher, so it's tastier. Mm-hmm. So he's tasting the cherry. I'm over here tasting hot tamales, but whatever.
Hot tamales.
That's what it tastes like to
I
me.
want some tamales.
For real. But anyway, guys, make wise choices. Plan your year out very good. You have and you know, according to everybody else on earth, we have like different like New Year's times.
Yeah.
You know, make it fun. You celebrate them all year long. You know, right now is the time to drop things that you don't like out of your life. It's very healthy. The moon will help you with it, and you know, wintertime encourages it. Whatever though, you know what I mean? Every day is a new day. Start every day a new day. There's a lot of times where I have to tell myself not today. If you have to tell yourself not today, I won't criminal action. I won't murder. I won't grape. I won't this. You know what I mean? If you have to tell yourself that, guys, get help. Get help. I'm just saying, like, you can give up anything. And please get help before you do something stupid. It's not intelligent. It's not cool. You know, you're going to lose all your life.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're never, ever, ever going to replace that life. Never. It doesn't come back. It's just, you know, it's funny because I also like to watch. I'm not glad the content's out there, but like sometimes I watch like murder shit, right?
Yeah.
There was this stupid bitch. Oh, sorry, but she makes me so fucking mad. I gotta tell you what she did. So we should end the episode at least pretty soon, but let me share this though. This is juicy, but it's like stupid. I hate that it's a story. I hate it, but I'm sharing it. So this couple, they having domestic violence. La 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 la. They've been together for like 3 years. They apparently they're drinking wine. And then they decide to play hide and seek. And the boyfriend gets into a suitcase. She locks him in there. He dies. Because he suffocates. And oh my gosh, she's just the stupidest bitch. Like, she tries to deny the whole thing. She says like, oh my gosh, I was so drunk that I fell asleep and I forgot to look for him. And then la la la. And the stupidest part was that while she was drunk, she videotaped herself telling him, fuck you. You deserve this for all the shit you've done to me. La 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 la. And I was like, you are one dumb bitch.
All the evidence.
All the evidence on top of you're never going to be able to bring him back. No matter out of all the things he did to you, bitch, you should have left. Now you're a prisoner. Getting raped.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I want to laugh at her stupid ass. You know what? We're going to end soon, but like, okay, this is totally a joke, but maybe we should petition the government. And this is just a high thought, but Senate, feel free to push it through. Like, I would be part of a group that gets together like all the time to beat up certain inmates. Like, there's a lot of people, like when I hear certain people what they did, I'm like, I wish I was in jail to just punch them out one time. Just like, right. When I hear about certain shit.
That person raped this little girl.
I'm like, let me into a cell with them real quick.
Did anything to a kid, you know, like,
or different stuff.
Or yeah,
different
like
stuff.
A kid, a teenager, you know, like anybody under 18. Like, you did anything to anybody that's under 18, and then like you over 18, like what? Like you a grown ass, you can be like, you know what, just a little kid. Let me just walk away. Like I said, when you're 18 or older, you're an adult. But even still, you're still young. But I'm talking about, like, just say you kill someone 17 younger. That's
even worse.
Yeah.
That should be like, you know how there's laws with the seniors. Like, if you hurt a senior, it's even more time.
Yeah.
Should be even more time when you hurt a child, someone under 18. But either way, you know, we're always wanting to encourage good stuff. You know, just because I shared that story about that idiotic, moronic lady who decided to pay back by murdering, you know, it's like, that's not even, that's so not balanced.
Yeah.
You could have left. You just leave. You just get out. Tell them to get out. Tell them to get out.
Say bye.
Call the police. Tell them to get the hell out. Have them be escorted by the police, whatever. You know, I'm telling you, it's so much better than looking out to life from a jail cell or not being able to. There's no windows in jail mostly. Mostly. God, it's bad, guys. You guys don't want to be in there. I think about all the...
When you got locked up, how long was you?
I never went past like... I never went like... It was like 100 times. No, I was only here a few times. But when I was young, I was very dumb. Like 2 or 3 days. The longest I was there was like... The third day was when I got let go because I had to... Then I went to court. And I saw the judge. Don't get locked up on a Friday. Just don't get locked up, guys. Do not... But the worst part about being locked up on a Friday is that you don't see a judge till Monday. Because they're off till Monday.
Yeah.
So the best time to do a crime is never, you know.
I was
but
about to get a schedule. I was like, hold on.
I'm saying like let's say
Old school.
But look, with my experience, if you get locked up on a Monday, you'll get let out most likely on a Tuesday. But if you get locked up on a Friday, you'll get let out on Monday.
And it'll suck if that Monday lays off only on a
And
holiday.
even worse if you got a holiday. Just don't get locked up, guys. It's all fucked up. They make you bend over and cough naked. They see your booty hole and everything, guys. It's very, very disturbing, very distracting, and very confusing. I understand why they do it.
Yeah.
For drugs and all that dumb weapons and stuff. Exactly. But it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I never want to do it again. And then just to sit inside of jail, they make you change and fucking cough and all that dumb shit while you're waiting for the judge to tell you what the fuck is up. And looking back at my record, it's very embarrassing. Yeah. And it stopped me from doing a lot of things that I wanted to do professionally in life. It stopped me from, and I'm like, is that an excuse? And I'm like, half and half. Because that did actually stop you from achieving that. Because you can't achieve, like let's say, I mean, I could definitely still complete my units and become, like an MD or some shit. You know what I mean? There's much time. I've seen people go to fucking school very late in life and become all kinds of things. But what I'm saying is that when I was young, I was preparing myself for like MD shit. And I'm like, okay, and then when I got into the criminal record, I lost hope and I said, oh fuck, no one's gonna hire me with this. What's even the point of going to study? Yeah. What's the fucking dumb point? And that really that changed the activity of my, it changed my life in such a way, and I regret it. All of my life, and man, such bad choices. That getting into that shit is just make a better choice than violence, make a better choice than criminal activity. Some thieves, like, because I was a thief too, you know what I mean? Like, if you can imagine a criminal, I was a little bit of a criminal when younger, but if you're a thief, think about something else, you know what I mean? There's so many times where I have stolen and got away with it. Yeah. But there's a lot of people locked up that steal and don't get away with it. And they're locked up. Definitely.
Yeah. And like I said, some people end up getting lucky and may get a warning, Matter of fact, like I said, I used to work at a gas station, and I caught this little boy stealing or whatever, and I just told him, just don't come over here anymore. I'm not. That's a chance,
right?
Some other people may call the cops on you. So, I mean, I used to look out for the little boy.
I bet he appreciates that. One of the young ones in my life, right? They said to me this story about stealing, and they were rather young. They were a teenager at this time, and they were telling me, I stole such and such from such and such, and I'm like, honey, that's not the thing to do.
Yeah.
Honey, I understand that you got away with it this time. Yeah. And maybe give you a rush, huh? Okay. All right. I try to be real with them, and I'm like, okay, me, I have done that shit too. And, at some point you have to turn around and say, I can't continue.
Yeah, because some a lot of people get that little thing like, oh, I didn't get caught, so
right.
I'm going to do it again.
Right. And you have to push me. Don't do that, okay?
I'm about to get better. Or, you gotta start paying attention to I don't want to say, but give people ideas.
Yeah.
Because I there's certain things that, like I said, when I was younger, I used to go in the store and...
Yeah, I'll never steal from family. I'll never steal from friends. No. I only have... I'm not going to say where I've stolen from.
Yeah.
But, I don't do it anymore. I have, like, period, in my life, I have said, I'm just not going to do that. That's not the quality.
Like I said, as a kid, it was like, It happens.
As a kid, you kind of, you want to, it's risky. You want to see if you'll get away with it. You know, you might not have the money, la la la. You might have the money, you still steal.
Sometimes it'd be some bullshit. Like, as a kid, like, I know for a fact I used to steal bullshit as a kid. Sometimes it'd be like snacks and shit. Or sometimes it'd be like, I remember I used to steal like magazines, like, you know, stuff like little comics, like Mad TV books type shit like that. I remember those shit right back in the day. We used to, like, it was stuff like that, little stuff like that.
I don't want to say what I've stolen, but
that's
you know
that's just elementary,
right? You know, and right, and I'm never gonna say what time and what place and where and how I did what, but I was a thief in my life, and not anymore. You know, I pledge not to be a thief anymore. So that's all. You just gotta fight that urge, you know. Like nowadays, like so we got money. I can't talk money, so. Mm-hmm. We don't got exactly,
and you know it's nothing. You know, like I said, if it's something that we want, we don't have the money. We just gotta save up. You know, we gotta. Oh, that shit's like $500. Oh shit, I only got 200 right now. Shit, let me say that 200 and okay, I'm gonna get that 3. We'll get it. You know, I mean, if you really want something that bad, we'll get it. You know, but other than that, it's not like we balling out here.
Right? You know, and there's times where you think like that, but I promise you there's always a way that you can make life better. You can always improve. Whatever the circumstance, I promise if you make a list or a goal list, a list of goals, a picture board, even if you want to go, you know, the very simple way and just grab a piece of paper, whatever, draw. If you want to do it the high class way, grab a bunch of magazines and rip out pictures that you want to come true in your life, and work on things in your life daily to achieve one of those things or 2 of those things or 3 of those things, or just work on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, my goal is to have an electric truck by the end of this year. Let's just say, right? So I'm gonna have to start putting so much away a month.
Yeah.
For the down payment.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? So, I can save that shit in a year. I'll save it by the end of the year. I'll drop it. Yeah. Make a plan, do a goal. What's the point if you want to be a doctor? You first start at the beginning. I was just going to community college, because starting at Cal State at a university you pay more. Get your associates at a community college, move on then to your university of choice. Because either way you're gonna have to pay for it. Hopefully it would all be free, but not all of us are that lucky. Yeah. So either way, guys, it's your life. Work on yourself. You know, if you work on yourself, it pays off. Yeah. Studying and what does your bachelor's get you? It literally gets you like $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 more. PhD makes hundreds of thousands of dollars more than a bachelor's makes, or a master's. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, and then you have those people that blow people out of the water that don't even have a high school diploma, and they're trillionaires. So do you find that thing in life? Find that thing in life that burns that fire, that thing, go for it, you know? Yeah. That's what I say. But it's not criminal, and we're not here to be like, do that. No, dude, you'll just end up in jail, and it's terrible in there. Terrible. Crazy. It is crazy. So we pray good things for you. We pray good things for you. Don't come back as a cow, and you're just going to be murdered every so often. And it's not a cool cycle, guys. I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but I mean, look it up in the Bhagavad Gita. It's literally, that's what it talks about, people that are evil or murderers or things, stuff like that, you know, just like evil people that don't get it right. But if that means reaching out to God or Christ, some people reach out to Buddha. It depends, you know what I mean? I feel like if it heals you and it feels good to you and it's productive, doesn't hurt you or make you hurt yourself or others,
Yeah.
then go with it, and criminal shit is not the answer. We love you so much. I don't know what to say.
You did that this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah, we try. We haven't seen each other in a minute, but when we link up, we link up.
Yeah. And that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Link up to your higher power, to your higher self. Link up to your higher self. I don't think I feel like let the revolution of your higher self commence. Let it come through, because why not? You're here to form greater things. Even Christ said, even greater things shall you do.
Yeah.
Even greater things shall you do. So what are what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are we all waiting for? Not everything has to be so dynamic and world impactful, but it's the butterfly effect, guys. And if you don't I was reading this book that was talking about how even joy vibrates at a certain level that when it's too much, it can destroy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I was reading that chapter and I was like, we're gonna die anyway. You know what I mean? We're all dying anyway. Whether we're mad about it, whether we're happy about it. So what is that? What is it trying to say? It left me a little perplexed. I was confused a little bit. I'm like, huh? So. So if you vibrate, so I don't get it. So so basically, I think that what it was trying to say, that if we radiate, it kind of evolutionists think that we were kind of more clearer. We were more clear. We could see through ourselves. Kind of like a jellyfish, way in the fucking distant ass fucking past.
Yeah.
So that's why the pituitary or the pineal gland, which they were saying the third eye, exists, and then we could see through. But that's not. That's the point of intelligence, of wisdom, and Pluto is the one that noticed that there was a kind of he saw a philosophy of it being subjugated, of it being where's that book at? It's talking about how the third eye, the pineal gland, how how basically it's calcified, so which prevents its growth. Because you want a healthy one that vibrates and moves.
Yeah.
And so he's the one who taught the secret doctrine, getting gradually petrified. So we don't want it petrified.
Yeah.
So we know for a while that there's been a movement against our intelligence. Stop their full intelligence. Where can we go? If they want you criminal, go fucking left. Go the other way. Don't go where they want you to go. As a criminal, you're going to make someone very rich even richer. And they're just going to sit there and laugh at you.
Yeah.
In the end.
The rich get richer.
Yeah. Even the rap people have said already. Some of the, I think Ice Cube was talking about, or some fucking body, they were talking about, how they were using their NWA shit to, put, hip, frequencies in there to hypnotize the people into wanting to be criminals. That's what one of the rappers claimed. I think it was Ice Cube or one of these little guys that work with the NWA, and other people have said other shit like that. And so, even think about the Beatles. People say play that shit backward, and it talks about whatever it says.
Yeah, I remember hearing stuff like that about certain certain shit.
Yeah.
Certain songs or certain albums. I don't know. I mean, could I haven't. Like I said, personally, I don't listen to Beatles, but I have heard that rumor.
Yeah, they say play that shit backward. I'm like,
yeah. I've heard that about certain other albums too as well. Yeah. So, or even certain songs, or
certain people shit.
Yeah, certain people should. Gotta pay attention to certain people shit. And certain people I will, but what the hell? Siri came on.
It's all listening. Thank you for listening. But you know what is true? Like, okay, I was doing a small study. I have a book on frequencies. I have a book on music, right? And then there's a few things that I like to study, right? And I like music. And talking about frequencies and stuff like that. There was even a whole fucking seminar that I watched. I think it was like 3 fucking hours. And they were talking about frequencies and how certain hertz hurt people, certain hertz heal people. Basically, out of the 3 hours, that's what I got.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how the Gregorian solfeggio frequency was universalized, and they made it 440, but 440 tends to drive certain people crazy.
Yeah.
Or 440 makes other people react in certain other ways. It hits us at different dynamics because although we're all the same, we have different DNA. We have different psychologies. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's kind of like putting we're all different cake mixes. You know what I mean? So we're all cake, but we all were made with like a variation of shit. And so we're different.
Yeah.
Physiologically, we're different. You got some sort of different blood than me. It's a type A, type B, type O, type whatever. We're all this. We're all anatomically, we're literally the same, but we're so different.
Yeah.
And cater to yourself. There's sometimes in history, like even eating bread has been eating old bread, like old moldy bread is been linked to like people going crazy. Yeah. So it's like you gotta watch what you eat. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and eat burgers all day. No offense to people that eat burgers all day.
That does make sense. Cause that is nice.
Think about this. Think about why we have all these angry ass effers and whatever. I mean, not that the bread is moldy. I'm saying maybe they shouldn't be eating bread. Maybe they shouldn't, but we're all like craving.
Could be allergic reaction type shit.
Exactly. And that's why some people have inflammation, certain like acne's, gluten allergies, shit like that, And we're very off topic, so I hope that like murder, disease, illness, that it is banished and nobody ever does it again. So all I pray is that you're stronger than the hype, dude. That's just, think about it. This is just the fucking hype. Yeah. Just don't go with that. Do you know that you could be something so much more? You could think something so much more. If you're thinking about something like that, please get psychiatric help. And I'm not joking. It's better for you to get help than for you to need help with the police pointing guns at you.
Then trying to figure out why the fuck did I do that?
And then you're going to be in jail thinking, why did I do that? Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I know why I did it, but was it worth it?
It's never worth it. Think about it. Out here, you get to go out on booze. Booze. I don't even drink. But I guess I'm thinking about drinking.
You can drink some booze. Yeah.
Out here, you can drink real ass booze. Out here, you can go on a cruise. You can get on a boat and go to a moat. You can go all kinds of shit. You can grow weed if you want. That's if your choice. Out here, you can go down to Colombia and get some French roast. I don't care what you do. You just come out here and do whatever you do, and you participate in life. And we're so glad you're here, and you're worthy of so much more, like worthy of your activity. That's low class. That's uncivilized. That's what like crazy ancestors did back in the day.
Yeah.
Coming off ship, drinking like salt water. Like they were crazy.
That's crazy.
Like that was crazy. Like why do we have to
They don't,
participate in
how
that?
like we got filtered water and Arrowhead, like stuff you can buy in the store, but also like say you can have the filtered stuff, within your house. But yeah, they didn't have that back then, So it's like we gotta appreciate the shit that we do have,
I just think it's a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, because it's been around. Even the Bible was all like, and then we just look back in history and how they normalize like all the colonizations and shit like that. It's like, well, do you know that took millions of people death, right? Death. Somebody something killed them. Even if you want to call it germ warfare with their smallpox and syphilises and everything else is.
Yeah.
No offense that people that have experienced shit like that. Everything can be cured nowadays. You know what I mean? That's the luxury of being born in the time we're born in. So, go get cured. Especially if your mental disease called wanting to do criminal. I think one day they'll classify people that do criminal activity as mentally, like, deficient. And everyone's going to make fun of people that do criminal activities like we used to do back in the day. Put them out in the middle of town and throw tomatoes at them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a shame. You could do way better in life.
Yeah, you're right.
And if somebody cheats on you or something like that, just a word of advice, leave them. If you're thinking that you feel like hurting them because they cheated on you, guys, leave them. There's other people, I promise.
That person wasn't meant for you.
That person was not meant for you. If they really liked you, they wouldn't have cheated on you.
Yeah. Yeah. And half the time, people be like, oh yeah, I love you, but no, that's not love.
Like, do you even like me? You cheated. Do you even like me?
You bullshit right now.
Exactly. You are bullshit. I need to get all the way out
How
of
do
here.
you want me to leave you now? Like,
I know.
you lying ass motherfucker.
Nah. Yeah. Shit like that happens.
Yeah.
Shit like that happens. I'm not saying I've never cheated, but again, I confess I've cheated. I confess I've never murdered, and I never will. So help me, true and living gods. Like, I'm not here to do that or spend any time in jail for something like that, especially living in. I would cry all day long. I would be a terrible prisoner.
Yeah.
You just don't want me in prisoner. I'd be like,
girl, you need to go to sleep.
no. I'd be an insomniac all day. I'd be working out 20 hours of the day, sleeping 4 hours of the day.
Like a damn near a zombie.
Fuck that, man. You guys, use your time. If you're unfortunate enough to have landed up in jail, I pray that you use your time so wisely. You come out of it with all the degrees you want. Come out of there with all the degrees. Come out of there with some rehabilitation. Don't go back in there again.
Read some books.
Give your life over to God and tell him that from your hands take away the want to do criminal shit or the desire to want to hurt people. Because in the end, we're all people, and it's like we're all brothers and sisters, and you could be in anybody else's shoes. You know what I mean? Like you're them. We're each other.
Yeah.
Like that could be you. You don't want that shit. What if somebody was like thinking about murdering you? Wouldn't you want them to retrace their steps and maybe like go to God or go to their psychiatrist also and get some help for wanting to think that and not going through on murdering you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a whole life to live. It's very cool out here. I'm telling you, there's so many things to do. There's not just one option. We're all over the place tonight.
Yeah, you gotta always think about, the future or whatever you want to call it, the next couple of days. If you don't want to look that far, just be positive, if you can. Just,
Yeah, do good things in life. Look, I read this book, and it's like a whole like a yearbook, right? So it's like every month, I go to it, and there's like different things to do and stuff. It's like a how do you say? I guess it's like a, what is it called? A grandmother time book or something like that. I don't know. It has all this like
timeline.
It's kind of like an almanac. It tells you like every month, like what herbs are good to take. It talks about rituals and prayers and spells and shit like that. It looks a little witchy. Nothing crazy is in there. I've never seen anything like hexes or fucking black magic shit. I only see like helpful shit. And so, because I've had this book for a few years now, and it talks about one of the months, I think it's like August or something. It talks about how we have there's us, right? This planet Earth, but everything has its parallel, and it talks about how there's a twin planet out there. They're just like us. Everything is like us, except for they do everything. Like, there's no criminals on that planet.
Yeah.
Like, all they do is help each other. Instead of sitting there and trying to hurt each other, they help each other. They're like sitting there like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? And they're literally doing things for each other to just like better each other. So their civilization is much more advanced. They're us. Or not us per se, they're our twin planet, and they're exactly like us. It's parallel. However, they're on the like higher consciousness, because nobody is thinking criminal activity. Nobody is like, I hate that bitch. Everyone's like, how can I help that person? How can I help this? My situation is like this. I came to improve it like that. Not my situation is like this. The cards that life gave me, I'm throwing them back and I'm fucking up my neighborhood. No. They're like, I'm going to improve my lovely neighborhood. This is how they are. Maybe because they're on the other side of the universe. This is what the book says, that they're on the other side of the universe. Maybe because over there, the air is better. And they're just like creating cool shit for each other to like live longer and be more intelligent.
I can imagine that should be better. They'd be like, oh shit, fuck America. They just walk out. They're like, I'm not going over there. Like, look at this. Like,
they're like on their spaceship.
Everybody over here nice. Nobody's just judging people. They're just minding their business. There's a small chapter in the same chapter. There's a small paragraph there that talks about how they look at us like they know that we exist, and just how I'm like talking to you about it. They're fucking over there like, yeah, they're over there. We got a twin planet, but they all fucked up. Some of them, they be sitting there all criminalizing this shit. So we're sorry. We apologize to the planet that we're not as good as you. But, we're trying here. We're fucking trying. We were just born like a few years ago in relativity to everything. We were just born. Like, we're not that old, okay? We can just solutionize things. Hey, we're only a couple people, but we're going to be our butterfly ass selves. Fucking doing our parts and creating the avalanches where they must part the things that no longer should be around on Earth. Like, why are people submerging? Why? That's stupid. Why? Yeah.
There's no longer a need to do shit like that. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm gonna end this because it's been so long. You guys, it's been 2 hours. We love you. We're gonna say goodbye. We're ending abruptly, but life is abrupt. Be ready for changes. Be ready for new episodes. Be ready for us to come from the Asshole Network. This is Prolific Talks. Check us out, man. I'm Ermix Pialodocious.
And I'm Mr. Bootleg Red.
We've been talking about higher evolution and higher consciousness. May Great Spirit lead you to your higher self. And so you can be your beautiful, self that you were supposed to be. And if you cut a great sycamore down, let's say you cut yourself short, how do you know where you were supposed to grow? Like Pocahontas said. Fake ass thing. But, you know, we love you. Set it off in your way. Don't do criminal activity because that's just for the fools, you guys. I'm telling you right now. That's for the fools. Get into shit like our twin planet and create cool stuff. Even if it's just like a cool ass vibe in your neighborhood or in your family, do that shit. Okay, we out. You want to say anything? Well, we're out because.
I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. You know, we're coming back with more content and whatnot. Yeah, you know, just be on the lookout for us. You know, as always, and make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and share.
That's bootleg Greg.
Yeah, God bless you all. You know,
richly blessed.
God bless you all.
May you be anointed and appointed. Figure out where you are supposed to go. You are anointed. I mean, let the powers of the ocean. that is what you are, you guys. You're more than 50% water. I can assure you that. And if one drop of water has the pure power and electricity to demolish a building, then you hold all the energy that you need to revolutionize your side of the world. I mean, if we're trying to change the world, just change your inner world, and there you will see the changes come out in the outside world. It's got to be. It's that's just spiritual, from the spirit to the physical, from your thought to the physical. Remember that. So what you focus on grows.
Make sure, you know, get your Captain Planet on, you know.
Be your own hero.
Yes.
One day we'll celebrate you.
Yes.
And true recognizance is like, you know, spirit will, you know. Don't wait for validation from your tribe, but know that your tribe is waiting for you to validate yourself and do the things that you came to do, because no one is going to do the things that you came to do specifically. Like my minister, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith says, if you don't do you, you won't be done. If you don't do you, you won't be done. And you didn't come down here to be a criminal. And if you're already a criminal, well, work on never being it again.
Work on... Try to work on something else. You know, I mean, I know, you know, it's easier said than done, but try.
Yeah. Grab yourself an iPad. Make some music. Write your journey down. If you already have like 20 years in jail, write a book about it. I bet you're going to sell 1 million books.
Yeah.
All right?
Especially if you got some kind of reputation in there.
You want $1 million? Make a book. I promise you it'll sell, honey. Okay? We're out because we're trying to go. Where do we need to go? We need to not do criminal things. We need to go do higher greatness things, whatever we want to do.
Legal stuff.
Legal shit, whatever we want to do. Legal, very legal. Thank you. All right, guys. Peace out. We love you.
Good night.